Hello, 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 one, two, three. Hello, one, two, three. Good evening, all. Hello, good evening to all. హలో. ఇది వస్తుందా? హలో.
హలో హలో చెక్ చెక్ హలో 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 చెక్ చెక్ హలో 1 2 3 హలో 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 చెక్ చెక్ హలో హలో హలో
మేడం ఇది ఇప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ చేయరు కదా. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ ఎవ్రీవన్. ముందు పర్లేదు, కొంతమందిగా మేడం. Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Usmania University, Senior Professor Kumar Muliguram Garu, and today's distinguished speaker, Dr. G. Satish Reddy Garu, former scientific advisor to Raksha Mantri and presently the member of National Security Advisory Board, Dean, Principal, Head of the Department, coordinators, faculty members of the department and of the college, and non-teaching staff, and family members of Professor Abid Ali, who have joined us virtually, and my dear students, a very good evening to one and all. On behalf of Department of Mechanical Engineering, University College of Engineering, Usmania University, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this August gathering of this 12th Endowment Lecture of Professor Abid Ali by Dr. G. Satish Reddy Garu, member, National Security Advisory Board and former scientific advisor to Raksha Mantri. Today, it is not just a lecture, it is the celebration of an intellectual legacy, a tribute to a visionary, and a reformation of a tradition that our department upholds with pride every alternative year. Professor Abid Ali stands tall as one of the greatest academicians of his time, an institution builder, a scholar of exceptional depth, and a compassionate mentor. So to begin with the formal proceedings, I now invite the dignitaries onto the dais. I feel honored to invite today's president of the function, Senior Professor Kumar Muliguram Garu, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Usmania University, to please grace the dais. And I request our Principal, University College of Engineering, Professor Chandrasekhar Reddy sir, to accompany the sir. I request Kirtisha to present a sapling to our Vice Chancellor sir. And I request Manasa to present a sapling to our principal. With utmost respect, I now invite today's distinguished endowment lecture speaker, Dr. G. Satish Reddy Garu, member, National Security Advisory Board, to please come on to the dais, sir, with a big round of applause. I invite the Dean Faculty of Engineering, Professor A. Krishnaya, sir, to please accompany the sir. I request Madhubala to present a sapling to Dr. Satish Reddy Garu. Welcome, sir. And I request Manasa to present a sapling to our Dean, Professor Krishnaya, sir. I now invite Professor B. Hadya, sir, Head of the Department, Mechanical Engineering, University College of Engineering, to grace the dais. I request Rujana to present a sapling to sir. I now invite the coordinator of today's lecture and former head, Professor M. Chandrasekhar Reddy, sir, to please come on to the dais. I request Monica to present a sapling to sir. I now invite Professor L. Shivaramakrishna, Chairperson, Board of Studies, University College of Engineering, to grace the dais. I request Madhubala to present a sapling to sir. Thank you, sirs. We would now like to take a moment to acknowledge with the gratitude of the family members of Professor Abid Ali, who have joined us online and virtually from different parts of the world. We extend our heartfelt appreciation to the family members for continuing to bless and support his glorious tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed further, we now take a moment to pay our respectful homage to the illustration academician, Professor Abid Ali Garu. I request all the dignitaries to please pay homage to Professor Abid Ali Garu with I request all the dignitaries to please offer floral tribute to the portrait of Professor Abid Ali. Maybe. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all the dignitaries. I now invite Professor M. Chandrasekhar Reddy, sir, Coordinator and former Head Department of Mechanical Engineering, to deliver the welcome address.
Yeah, good evening to one and all. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Osmania University, Senior Professor Kumar Molgaram, President of today's function. I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. Distinguished Speaker of Professor Abid Ali Endowment Lecture, Dr. G. Satish Reddy, Member National Security Advisory Board, President Aeronautical Society of India, former Secretary, Department of Defense R&D, Chairman DRDO, and former Scientific Advisor to Raksha Mantri. I warmly welcome you, sir. When we approached him to deliver the Professor Abid Ali Endowment Lecture, he readily accepted. This clearly reflects his commitment to academics and his keen interest in nurturing young minds. Respected Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Usmania University, Professor A. Krishna, Senior Professor A. Krishnaya, beloved Principal Professor P. Chandrasekhar, UCEOU, Professor Harja, Head Mechanical Engineering Department, Professor L. Shivaram Krishna, Chairman Board of Studies, Autonomous, distinguished family members of Professor Abid Ali, who have instituted this endowment lecture to carry forward his rich legacy, dignitaries of the dais, heads of the departments, directors, faculty members, non-teaching and office staff, my dear student friends, and members of the print and electronic media. I welcome you all to the 12th Professor Abid Ali Endowment Lecture on Advanced Technologies and Changing Warfare. So such endowment lectures provide an excellent platform to enhance skills, disseminate knowledge, and inspire young minds. It is my pleasure and privilege to briefly highlight the contributions of Professor Abid Ali. Professor Abid Ali, son of Dr. Jahid Ali and Sara Begum, was born in Hyderabad, India. After his schooling at Aliya and Nizam College in Hyderabad, he obtained his BSc Honours with distinction from Madras University in 1935. He earned a BSc Honours degree in Engineering from University College London in 1937, followed by a Diploma in Administration for Engineers from Manchester Municipal College of Technology in 1939. He worked for Metropolitan Vickers Manufacturing Company in England for 2 years. He joined Osmania University in 1941 as a reader in mechanical engineering. He later became professor and head of the department and subsequently served as principal University College of Engineering. and Dean Faculty of Engineering during the period 1960 to 1970. He was a member of the University Syndicate from 1965 to 1973 and served as in-charge Vice Chancellor of Osmania University on several occasions. He was a member of the CSIR Staff Selection Committee, UPSC, and the Institution of Engineers India. He also had the distinction of serving on the Engineering Technology Board panel for the promotion of Urdu under the Ministry of Education and Social Welfare, Government of India. He was an elected member of the Institution of Engineers India and the Institution of Mechanical Engineers, London. Professor Abid Ali retired after serving Osmania University for 34 years. In recognition of his distinguished service, the President of India bestowed upon him a special citation during the Diamond Jubilee celebration of Osmania University in 1979. After retirement, he accepted the challenge of establishing Mufakamja College of Engineering as its first principal, a position he held for 4 years, successfully guiding the institution through its most challenging formative period. Professor Abid Ali was truly a legend of his time. His enduring legacy includes inspiring thousands of students who have themselves achieved excellence, a contribution he considered the greatest reward of his life. He instituted awards in memory of Dr. Jahid Ali, Dr. Arastu Yarjang to promote higher education, higher learning in academic studies and medicine at 2 prestigious universities in India. He also donated a valuable collection of rare ancestral manuscripts and books to the Institute of Islamic Studies, London. He was deeply admired for his simplicity, compassion for the poor and underprivileged, and his steadfast ideals. Professor Abid Ali's family is survived by his 4 children and 9 grandchildren. On behalf of the Professor Abid Ali Endowment Committee and on my personal behalf, I take this opportunity to sincerely thank the family members, especially Dr. Sajid Ali, the second son of Professor Abid Ali, with whom I have been in constant touch for the last 1 month. My special thanks to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Senior Professor Kumar Mulgaram, and distinguished speaker Dr. G. Satish Reddy for sparing their valuable time despite their busy schedules, and to all the dignitaries for gracing this occasion. I sincerely thank all the faculty members and staff of Mechanical Department for their active involvement and support in making this endowment lecture a grand success. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome and briefing about Professor Abid Ali Garu. I now invite our head of the department, Professor B. Hadia, sir, to please address the gathering.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Usmania University, Senior Professor Kumar Mulgaram, sir, President of today's function, welcome you, sir. Dr. G. Satish Reddy, Member, National Security Advisory Board, President, Aeronautical Society of India, former Secretary, Department of Defense R&D, and Chairman, DRDO, and former Scientific Advisor to Raksha Mantri, welcome you, sir. Respected Dean, Faculty of Engineering, University College of Engineering, Usmania University, Senior Professor A. Krishna, sir. He is always encouraging. Welcome you, sir. Beloved Principal P. Chandrasekhar, sir, University College of Engineering. He is always supportive. Welcome you, sir. And Professor M. Chandrasekhar Reddy, coordinator of this endowment lecture, and Professor Shivrama Krishna, Board of Studies, Mechanical Engineering Department, University College of Engineering. Eminent family members of Professor Abid Ali, all the heads of the department, directors, faculty members, non-teaching staff and office staff, my dear student friends, participants, print and electronic media. Once again, good evening to all. I welcome you all for this 12th Professor Abid Ali Endowment Lecture on Advanced Technologies and Changing Warfare. Our department is one of the oldest and biggest department in the University College of Engineering, Usmania University, started in the year of 1939. Professor Abid Ali is the first head of the department. All our faculty members are doctorates and well experienced in diverse fields. We offer one UG program and 7 PG and also PhD programs. So for more than 268 PhDs were awarded in the department. Currently 64 scholars and roles pursuing their PhDs. UG program of the department has been recently re-accredited by NBA for 3 years. On this occasion, I thank Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Principal Sir, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Director CDAC, Vice Principal Sir for their support and consistent guidance. And I also thank all our department faculty, teaching, non-teaching, and other those who are involved actively and with a collective team. On this, the kind of endowment lecture provides a good opportunity, enhance skill, disseminate knowledge, and motivate the young minds towards understanding the advanced technologies and changing warfare. I thank Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir and Dr. G. Satish Reddy Sir and all the dignitaries for gracing this occasion, and special thanks to Professor Abid Ali family members. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful words and almost encouraging all our faculty members to organize one program per month. Almost, I think every month we are calling Vice Chancellor, sir. I now invite Principal, University College of Engineering, Professor P. Chandrasekhar, sir, to please address the gathering.
Good evening to one and all. Dignitaries on the dais, Dr. G. Satish Reddy Garu, Professor Kumar Mulguram, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Usmania University, Dean Faculty of Engineering, Head Department of Mechanical Engineering, and guests and senior colleagues of Engineering College and Mechanical Engineering, my dear students. On behalf of the Engineering College, we take the privilege conducting endowment lectures. This is the second department we will be conducting. The first is ECE. And this year onwards, we are also starting, civil engineering also came forward, and then they are also conducting, they are going to conduct endowment lecture in civil engineering. So this is one of the strengths, as just now we discussed, alumni. Alumni is one of the strengths. And with this endowment lectures, we will be remembering our senior colleagues, and we will be motivated and rededicate ourselves. And engineering college, recently, NBA accreditation, all 5 UG programs have been accredited, and all PG eligible programs are also accredited right now, whereas mechanical and civil engineering will be going for the accreditation. And NIRF ranking, we are in the bracket, and we try our level best to go below 100 this year. So, and then academic side, so already we started, we are also part of the course and part of some topics. We are also encouraging industry and alumni coming forward and taking offering the courses. And we also have minor program and honors program where industry flavor we are adding into that. In addition, research side we have Government of India and METI and ISRO, different projects we have in the engineering college. And we have to scale up this one also in the lines of university and the direction of the Honorable Vice Chancellor. Each faculty member must have one project. So that is the aim. So we seek your support, sir, Satish Reddy Garu. So where DRDL, RCA and all, we are ready to work with such organizations, and we can go there or they can come here and deliberate discussions. In common points, we are ready to work in this particular area, sir. And innovation, yes, of course, we are a little bit slow in that, and that also we will try our level best to this particular thing. Infrastructure, recently we constructed 700 capacity hostel, Bhima, and then classroom complex for ECE department, and we are constructing mining engineering department building as well as the electrical department building we are constructing. So there are the different developments taking place here. So as already we had the personal discussion, we are going to, in the next coming 3 years, we are going for the centenary year, where we have mega events we are ready to, we have to conduct, where we take support and guidance from all the well-wishers of our engineering college and go forward. So again, once again, we thank Honorable Vice Chancellor sir for coming over here and motivating us, and Dr. Satish Reddy Garu, and spending and sharing his knowledge with us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for all the insightful remarks and also the encouragement that you are giving towards our department. Now I invite Senior Professor A. Krishnaya, sir, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Usman University, so to please address the gatherings.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor M. Kumar, Distinguished Speaker, Dr. G. Satish Reddy, is a member National Security Advisor Board and President Aeronautical Society of India, former Secretary, Department of Defense and R&D, and also is the former Scientific Advisor to Raksha Mantri. Respected Principal, Professor Chandrasekhar, family members of Professor Abid Ali, heads of the departments, Head of the Department Mechanical, Professor Hadya, Professor Chandrasekhar Reddy is the coordinator of this program, and senior faculty members, Professor Lakshminarayana, Professor Sriram Venkatesh, and other members of the college, and my dear students. And good evening to all. It is indeed a privilege to welcome you all to the 12th Endowment Lecture in memory of Professor Abid Ali, an excellent administrator, a great academician whose commitment to teaching, research, and academic values to continues to inspire us. This Endowment Lecture stands a fitting tribute to his lasting contribution to higher education. We are indebted to privilege to have Dr. Satish Reddy with us today, a distinguished scientist and a nationally respected leader in defense research and technology. Dr. Reddy's contribution to DRDO and national security are truly remarkable. His presence greatly enriches this occasion, and we are confident that his address will inspire us to pursue the excellence, innovation, and service to the nation. If you don't believe, Sir is a graduate of electronic engineering, but most of the times I listen to his speeches, he is more towards the mechanical. Almost all the aerospace machines, whatever you talk, he will speak about that. But never I heard about electronics in his speeches. Today he is a very distinguished speaker. Truly, definitely you will enjoy his lecture. I sincerely thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor for his gracing this presence and support, and also acknowledge the efforts of the principal, heads of the department, and the organizing team for making this event possible. I also thank the family members of the Professor Abid Ali for supporting or contributing in the form of the Endowment Lecture. And with these words, I wish the program a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful words. I now invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Usman University, Senior Professor Kumar Mulgaram, sir, for his presidential address. But before we listen to sir, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce sir to you all. Sir, Professor Kumar Mulgaram, sir, is a distinguished researcher and truly a visionary leader with a remarkable short span of just 14 months. He has achieved milestones that will remain etched in the history of Usmania University. Under his dynamic leadership, Usmania University has a privilege in hosting the Honorable Chief Justice of India and on 2 occasions, Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana. Recently, University has received a generous sanction of 1,000 crores towards strengthening and revitalizing the university, an achievement that reflects not only his commitment, but also his vision and leadership. So with this brief introduction, I humbly invite Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, for his presidential address.
Very good evening, one and all. Today's guest of honor, Dr. G. Satish Reddy Garu, is the member National Security Advisor Board, Government of India. The principal of the college, Professor Chandrasekhar, Dean Faculty of Engineering, for this particular endowment lecture, Professor Chandrasekhar Reddy and Professor Shivaramakrishna, and Professor Sira Venkatesh, Secretary, Telangana Higher Education Council, Professor Lakshminarayana, former registrar, and scientists from DRDL and RCI, and Vice Principal Professor Mangu, the professors of Mechanical Engineering Department, and the students of Mechanical Engineering Departments, and other participants. Very good evening to one and all, and warm welcome to this 12th endowment lecture of Professor Abid Ali Garu. At the outset, I congratulate the Department of Mechanical Engineering for taking up this excellent tradition since last 12 years. Really, many appreciations to the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Yeah. And coming to the Abid Ali Garu, we know he started his journey. Almost he served 34 years continuously, and he obtained his BSc Engineering from University College London in 1937. Just you try to imagine, during that time going to a other country is very, very, very difficult. And in spite of having his honors degree BSc from Madras University, and after completion of that, he went to the London. He completed BSc Engineering, and he came back and he joined here in 1941 as a associate professor, reader that time, and eventually he promoted as a professor and head of the department and the principal and dean, and he was vice chancellor of Usmania University, in charge vice chancellor of Usmania University for several years. It's a great kind of the contribution towards Usmania University, and today we are celebrating, and today we are remembering because of his extraordinary contributions to the academic and as well as administration. So definitely he very much deserves to conduct such kind of the lectures on his name. Really a great kind of honor to him to conduct this particular program. And at the same time, I congratulate the family of this Professor Abid Ali Garu. And anybody is there, family member from here? Online, yeah. So thank you for instituting that particular, the endowment lecture of Professor Abid Ali Garu. And initially, I think in electronics department, then, the mechanical engineering department, now the tradition, started, even civil engineering also recently they started. And in coming years, all the departments, not only one, and from each department, many professors, they served in an excellent, they contributed, they served in an excellent manner in the capacity of, the professor as well as the best of the best administrator, they contributed a lot. So this is a very good tradition, and I once again congratulate the Department of Mechanical. Coming to our today's, the guest of honor, it's a great personality. He contributed a lot, to the DRDL, I think RCI in many projects, and he was the advisor for the defense. And right now is the member National Security Advisory Board, and still is actively working after putting a great kind of efforts 40 years towards this defense and this R&D. The surprise thing is that just now we discussing, sir, I think yeah, he received 25 honorary degrees of doctorate from reputed institutions. It's a really, see, getting one degree itself is that PhD is a great kind of thing, no doubt in it, but honorary degrees from top universities, top institutions itself indicates, what is, Professor Dr. Satish Reddy Garu. So he's a sincere, the scientist. He contributed a lot to the growth of the country. That come with commitment, a lot of passion, and commitment. These are all very, very important for any kind of scientist and any kind of professionals. So from this, what kind of message I would like to give it to the students that see here so many role models are available. Professor Abid Ali Garu, he contributed because of his passion driven to take to London to pursue his degree, right? In 1937, during those days, how tough it was. So he traveled to such a great distance and pursued, and he came back and contributed a lot. You can take him as a great kind of reference. And here so many other peoples also there, Satish Reddy Garu next. So like that, the Professor Sriram Venkatesh, Professor Lakshminarayan and all other scientists are here, and all other, the faculty members are here. You take all the professors as a reference, and you should also grow and contribute for the development of the country. See, as our Prime Minister given a call for the Vikasit Bharat by 2047, right? Make in India, made in India, our, with these concepts, and our economy is, reaching by 2047 around, $30 trillion. Because the thing is that here, less than 30 years age, almost 60% of the youth is available in India. That is a great kind of strength. And at the same time, the 25 years, less than 25 years of population, 50% of the strength is there in India. So it's a great potential for contributing a lot. And in coming days, a lot of employment also will come. And only thing is the skills and quality. These are the two parallel things, very much essential to the youth. So that is why, sir, we are focusing on 4 aspects, 4 pillars. For any university progression depends upon 4 pillars. One is the quality academics. So normally we call academics, but quality academics is very, very essential. And second part is quality research. So research people doing all frog research and all different kinds of research. But the quality research, publishing papers in Q1, Q2 and Q3, Q4 journals, and at the same time getting patents. This is very really challenging task in the present day world because a lot of competition is there. So the third aspect is we are focusing on infrastructure, sir. State of the art infrastructure, because ours is 108 years old institution, and all our buildings became old, crossed 60 years, and that is why Honorable Chief Minister kind enough to sanction 1,000 crores to build the new infrastructure to match with the other parts of the country and other top institutions in the world. So with this, definitely in the coming 3-4 years, the best of the best infrastructure is going to build in the Usmania University. The fourth aspect is, sir, innovation. So without innovation, it is very difficult to progress, because the university is not only academics institution, it is academics and research. So as per the UGC also, Usmania University recognized as a academic institution as well as the research institution. So obviously without innovation, we cannot progress, we cannot get a good ranking. So that is why we are scoring, we are focusing on getting of good ranks in NIRF as well as the NAC accreditation. Even we are also trying this QS world ranking less than 1,000. Now our band is 1,200 to 1,400. In next coming 5 years, at least we should get 800 to 1,000 band. So the efforts of the students, see, the students' efforts and faculty and combined efforts definitely will achieve all these intended goals. We are focusing on major 4 pillars, that is quality academics and the quality research and the state-of-the-art infrastructure and the innovation. So with this, definitely Usmania City will the shine in coming years and reach all the targets, intended targets. For that, all the students and faculty should support in this a massive mission of Usmania University. So I congratulate once again all the the mechanical engineering faculty members, especially head of the department, Professor Hadja, for taking up this such a wonderful program. Of course, I won't take much time because all are waiting for the hearing to Professor Satish Reddy Garu. To all the students, I urge you to listen closely, Dr. Reddy. Let the life of Professor Abed Ali inspires your ethics, and the work of Dr. Satish Reddy inspires your ambition. So sir is having 40 years of experience. Definitely his valuable message is going to be a kind of inputs and insightful to each and every growing child. So with this, I thank you very much for inviting me, and of course sharing the stage along with a top person. Really a great kind of experience. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. In spite of your busy schedule, you could come over here. Thank you so much. As a token of gratitude, I request our Vice Chancellor, sir, first to present a memento and felicitate our distinguished speaker, Dr. Satish Reddy Garu. I request all the dignitaries to please join for the felicitation. Thank you so much, Satish Reddy sir, for accepting our invitation. Thank you, sir, for accepting to deliver a lecture. I now invite Dr. Satish Reddy Garu to present a memento to our Honorable Vice Chancellor. And I request all the dignitaries to felicitate Vice Chancellor sir with a shawl, fruit basket and a memento. A big round of applause, please. Kirtisha. Shyam lera. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, so we now arrive to the highlight of this evening, the endowment lecture of Professor Abid Ali by a nationally renowned Dr. G. Satish Reddy Garu. This year, we are exceptionally privileged to have with us a luminary in aerospace and defense research, a scientist who played a pivot role in strengthening India's technological self-reliance and strategic capabilities. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce sir to you all, Dr. G. Satish Reddy Garu, a renowned defense and aerospace scientist, acclaimed for his significant contributions to DRDO. He joined DRDL in the year 1986 and subsequently at RCI, the brainchild of Dr. Kalam after his formation. He started his journey as an young navigation engineer and later as technology director, developing many inertial sensors and diversified hybrid navigation systems, making India self-reliant in navigation technologies. Dr. Reddy superheaded the development of advanced avionics as director RCI and headed Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Missile Complex as Director General Missiles and Strategic Systems. During his illustrious career, he held many prestigious appointments in Government of India as the Secretary, Department of Defense R&D, Chairman DRDO, Director General Aeronautical Development Agency, and the Scientific Advisory to Raksha Mantri. He is presently the President of Aeronautical Society of India, a leading professional body in the field of aeronautics, aviation, and aerospace, which was founded in 1948 in India. His phenomenal contribution made India self-reliant in many critical areas and enhanced defense exports substantially. Dr. Reddy sir, he is a chief architecture of country's first anti-satellite missile test, Mission Shakti, elevating India to the elite club of 4 nations. A visionary leader, Dr. Reddy was instrumental in formulation of many progressive policies strategies, and initiatives for strengthening defense R&D ecosystems in India. Sir has played a vital role in combating COVID-19 pandemic. Under his leadership, DRDO has developed more than 75 products. In recognition of his path-breaking contribution to defense R&D, he has received numerous international, national, and DRDO awards. He is the first Indian, is over 100 years, to be conferred with the prestigious honorary fellowship and silver medal by the Royal Aeronautical Society, London. A big round of applause, please. He has been conferred with over 25 honorary degrees of doctorates from reputed institutes. So with this brief introduction, thank you, sir, in spite of your busy schedule, for coming over here and acting. And here you go, sir.
Namaskar and good evening to everyone. Professor Kumar, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Usmania University, Professor Krishnaya, the Dean of Usmania University, Professor Chandrasekhar, the Principal of the College of Engineering, Usmania University, Professor Hadya, Professor Chandrasekhar Reddy, Professor Sriram Krishna, Professor Sriram Venkatesh, Professor Lakshminarayana, and other professors and deans who are present here, and all others who are present here to join this memorial lecture on Professor Abid Ali. I profusely thank the principal of the college, Professor Chandrasekhar, for inviting me here to deliver this talk today. It's my proud privilege to deliver the talk in memory of Professor Abid Ali, a tall personality in education who has done extremely well during his career in education, or later here in Osmania University, or when he has gone out and established the engineering college outside here. And then throughout his career, he has been a great personality, and it is a proud privilege for me to be here and delivering this talk. In fact, I've been always closely associated with Osmania University, and in particular Osmania Engineering College. I don't know how many times I have come here, how many times I have interacted with the professors here, and how many times we have worked on common projects, particularly in NET2 here, and then also how many times I have delivered talks here in various departments also, I don't remember. Very closely associated even during centenary celebrations of Usmania University, all that. Always happy to be here in this campus, because in my beginning days of Hyderabad, I've also stayed here very close to this campus only. So anytime, so used to have lots of friends and all that also in this campus, spending a lot of time in the campus or outside with the students and faculty also. That also there's a lot of affinity to me. Very happy to be here. That's why even though it has been a very hectic schedule, I ensured that I give this time and I be here and then present on this occasion and deliver this talk. The theme of the talk, what I thought today is, let me say, the technological evolutions, whatever happened globally, and then the connected to the warfare. Defense always has been in forefront of utilizing any science and technology developments. Traditionally, over periods, right from ancient days, many technologies which have come out, leaving us at the basic essential needs of a human being of, his food and clothes and house and other amenities and all that. Primary focus has been for the security, the individual security or his family security, or otherwise the security of his own state. Has been there. So people, right from the beginning, any technological outcome, the first utility or otherwise, there have been research, immense research, where the outcome of the research was utilized in the warfare. Two best examples we can give, which have become very, very essential needs today in civilian life, primarily which have come out of defense technologies. They have been discovered, they have been utilized, and they have been used for defense, which have become. One is the global positioning system, what we use for navigation today, GPS. Primarily, it has been worked out, designed, developed, and all that for the navigation purposes of the various systems in the defense, whether it is in the fighter aircrafts or missiles or ships or whatnot, and bombs and other things, whatever you say, it has been primarily designed for it. Now, you see the utility of it in the civilian life, extensively used. Even for coming here, my driver is a driver from Punjab, and he was not knowing where it is. So you have given the map of location of Usman University, and then completely driven by the GPS here, always coming here. And in fact, what has happened is, it has found now more and more utility in the civilian life. For some of the issues which have come, normally in warfare, any technology gets outdated, and there are always countermeasures which come within no time. So actually there is a trend in defense now not to use GPS. The trend now is not to use GPS, whereas the utility in this has gone, in this civilian life has gone so much, and then we are now more like, we do not know how to go to some place now without GPS. This is the situation today. Similarly, the other one, what has come out is the internet. See, primarily internet also has come for data transfers and things like that among the various military and defense units. That is first has been configured for the defense utilities. And now you see, again the same case. Internet is part and parcel of our everyday's, every minute life today, civilian life. We are, every minute, you open any system, any mobile and things like that, you have the data accessing and all that through internet. And again there, as I said, for various, again, security purposes, we stopped using the internet in our lives. So we have so much of restrictions, we have our own intranet and things like that and all that. Don't get connected to this network, should not get connected to the internet, and we should not use our critical systems, what we use for defense analytics and defense analysis or defense designs, should not get connected to the internet. Or even if you have to connect to it, you connect through a data diode and cyber physical systems and all that. So it has become. So, but you see, the original origination is for the defense purpose, and it has become so much popular in the civilian life. So what I am trying to say is, there are such many such which have been discovered, which have been designed, which have done research, technological outcomes which have come for the primary purposes of defense of any state or a nation. So in that, what I want to say is, as the warfare, as evolutionary warfare which is coming through, that primarily is out of many technological evolutions which have happened, which have been utilized in the defense purposes. So if you look at it, the various warfares which have been used, the guns, the cannons, or you talk about rockets, talk about missiles, talk about aircrafts, and from there you get into completely guided systems, and then talk about various um, cyber security systems today, cyber warfare, the space warfare, the artificial intelligence, the quantum technologies related things, and robotics. These are all now what have evolved in the defense as the time goes, as and when a technology has come out, whether it is purely for defense purpose or otherwise as a research outcome in anywhere in a university or an R&D organization, and defense has been utilizing it. This is how, if you look at it, the warfare has emerged over here. And we will look into it in detail later. So if you look at the olden day warfare, we started with stones, making various weapons out of the stones, and then the metallurgy has come. Then you started making swords and things like that using very metallurgy, whatever available, and machining capabilities, whatever got. And from there, then started using vehicles. The first vehicles which were used for in any warfare were the horses and the elephants, and these are the things. Because what happens is, in any warfare, primarily the surprise element, what you give it to enemy, is the most important thing. He doesn't know what you are using it. And so then he gets terrified with that. Psychological warfare comes into the picture, which I'll talk about it a little later. So people have been using agility, movement, and whatnot and all that, and effective utility of using various vehicles. Like the best example is the Alexander and the Purushottam's warfare. When they came here, the Purus had Gajadal, the elephant's squadron. The elephant squadron, when it came, those people were not aware of such things and they have never seen it. So the soldiers of Alexander ran away saying that there are moving mountains are coming against us. They used the word moving mountains are coming against us, and they're terrified and gone back. And then they had to recoup this, that, and all that and come back and work. So that's how the platforms, we call it as vehicles or platforms, are very important. The first platform is horse, the second platform is elephant, what has been used in warfare, and later became the aircraft, the ships, the submarines, and tanks, and whatever it is, all those vehicles have become platforms. So this is how the warfare related thing happened. Then in the recent ancient history or recent history, one of the most modern warfare in India, what was used was Tipu Sultan, rockets, cannons. These two have been utilized with some of the gunpowder and related technologies which have come in, or the metallurgy which has come into picture. The moment metallurgy has come into play, and there is a good amount of studies in metallurgy, immediately the cannons came. So you see many kings or many warfare, cannons have won the war. Cannons have made the people win the war. That's how primarily out of the metallurgy technology. And similarly, rockets are related things. I'll come out, I will be showing in the next slide which one has made an important role, is the rockets and later the propulsion technologies. So the gunpowder and propulsion, something made bombs sort of a thing, or grenades sort of a thing, or whatever it is. And second thing is, when the smokeless propulsion has come, the rockets have come into the picture. So this is how the warfare has evolved over things. I don't want to get into some of the guerrilla warfares and related techniques Shivaji Maharaj has used or Tipu Sultan has used. They all have made. That is what we call it as actually. Today, the name of that guerrilla-related warfare is something like that with technology elements, a lot of technology elements getting into it. It's called asymmetric warfare today. That is what is called asymmetric warfare. So these are some of the techniques which have been used in those days as time progresses. But post-independence, when you look at it, a lot of armored vehicles, tanks, guns, all naval things, submarine. Naval warfare is one of the ancient warfare. A lot of ships have come, and that you put guns, or you put that weapons, or you put whatever it is, and go and attack through over the seas and over the rivers and all that. It has been one of the important techniques which have been used, because naval related boats and ships are one of the ancient technologies, which have been used, and that technologies have been used in the warfare also, using the ships and all that. Even today, one of the most important warfare elements is ships today, naval ships play an important role. Always you see in even our whatever war we had with Pakistan and all that, so all our ships mobilized towards the Pakistan, moving from wherever the sectors we have and all that, and they also look at various sectors and all that. So later the submarines came. Submarines came even 50, 60 years back, people have used, and now there are, I'll talk about it a little later, autonomous underwater vehicles, which are coming to big way now. So the naval warfare has played an important role. Now, if you look at it, all these technologies, as I told you, the metallurgy played an important role, swords, daggers, and all those things. And then invention of gunpowder has brought in hand cannons and early cannons. These are the other things which are coming. And of course, the metallurgy also played a major role in cannons coming in. And then later when you look at it, the barrel technology, that's one thing, forgings and other technologies which are castings which are coming to picture, that made the barrels come into picture. So that is where you got bigger guns or bigger cannons and all that which have come, mortars have come. So these are the ones which have come. Later solid propellants, they made rockets and military rockets which have come into the picture. And later, if you say smokeless powder and all that, they brought it missiles, guns, advanced artillery, they brought into it. And then the guidance technologies, like the navigation systems, which are coming, Net2 you have here, we have been working on that. The navigation systems made the guidance and guided missiles have come into the picture. And then airframes, aerodynamics, related studies, engines coming into picture, and engines means aero engines, the propulsion systems, made the aircrafts also come into picture. So this is how you see each technology which has come has transformed the warfare into a different warfare. That is what I wanted to bring into the picture here. Now, if you look at the modern warfare has changed the dimensions of warfare, Actually, any war, till about maybe, let's say 15 years back, it has always had three dimensions. The three dimensions are army, air force, and navy. These are the three dimensions of warfare. But in the last 15 years, the dimensions are changing every day, or every 5 years, 10 years. The fourth dimension of warfare has become the space. Space has become the fourth dimension of warfare. I'm telling you today, in the last 10 years, if there is going to be a conflict, you think that there is going to be a war with another nation, another state, the first thing any state does is launch satellites. You launch satellites with surveillance equipment and observe that nation, what it is doing. What is the type of movement? What are the troop movements? What are the guns movement? What is the various missiles movement? Where, what not, and all that, how the ship movement. Everything you observe, including the radars, where they are and all that. So that is how the space has become the fourth dimension of warfare, which our nation has been strongly saying that space should not become a space warfare. Space war should not become. But that also there is tendencies of people working towards that direction, that if you have a satellite which is monitoring me, I want to shoot that satellite so that he cannot monitor me. Or you nullify that satellite's capabilities and stop it. So there are emerging technologies which have come, which I will tell you, our own country also has demonstrated such technology. That is what is anti-satellite test, which we call it a mission Shakti. We have launched a missile and knocked off a satellite which is in the low Earth orbit. That is at about traveling with about 7.8 kilometers per second. And then we have launched a missile going at about 3+ kilometers. So the relative velocity of this is about 11+ kilometers per second. And then we could still go hit it and knock it off, is what has happened. And India became, with that test, is to the world. I don't want space, he clearly mentioned that I don't want space to become a war zone. But then we have to show it to the world that such critical, complex technology we can develop and do it and all that. And so he said that do it in 2 years and do it with utmost secrecy. Not more than 3-4 people should know. That's the way he said. So where 350 people are working and they should not know what they are doing. This is the dichotomy. And people have worked, and we have created something and all that, a scientific euphoria, and what for they are working and all that, and things like that. People every day worked at early morning, 3 o'clock tuck, and made the test really possible in 2 years. No country in the world has done any test in less than about 4 or 5 years. So such is the thing which is emerging in the space. This is number one. Number two, the next warfare, the fourth dimension of warfare is space. The fifth dimension of warfare is cyber warfare. Cyber warfare is the fifth dimension of warfare. You see, or we call it as information warfare. Or information and cyber, they go together, or otherwise you want to do divide into two also. There is a cyber warfare, there is information warfare. These are the dimensions. If you take Russia and Ukraine war, first 3 months, more than the missiles and getting launched and all that, most of the warfare has been information warfare or cyber warfare. In fact, today, whatever has happened now, Trump, America has done the Venezuela operation. If you actually get into the details, the more and more dominant war or dominant technology what has been used was cyber. Right from the power grid onwards, various things, how not to make it operational. People say whether it is right or wrong, I do not know. The articles say that the Venezuela president could not lock his door out of the cyber operations. So such is the critical way the people have used, and the cyber warfare is used. Similarly, information warfare to play psychologically on the country, that you do many techniques using the cyber and cyber warfare or cyber offensive technologies. You just, simple example I'll tell you. When I go into the details, I'll talk about it I think later, how the cyber warfare plays in information warfare or psychologically on the people matters a lot. I just take out the Twitter of a president of another country and then tweet that all our things are damaged in our country by so-and-so country. You say a statement, a tweet comes from the president. What is the role it is playing on the whole of the nation, whole of the soldiers? So that is why I said cyber warfare to information warfare and cyber psychological warfare is a very, very important. So cyber has become the fifth dimension of warfare. And then the drones started playing an important role. Artificial intelligence started playing an important role. The quantum technology started playing an important role. And so many technologies which have emerged are playing an important role in the warfare as the most advanced technological things. So I just wanted to mention here, over the periods after independence, the way the country has worked, indigenous technologies which have been developed, and many of those have been utilized as our own strong weapons, giving surprise elements to the enemy in the Operation Sindoor. Operation Sindoor is one war, one conflict, where India has used mostly the indigenous weapons. What have been homegrown weapons have been used in the Operation Sindoor, and very surprisingly, pinpointedly, accurately been done. And for you here from Osmania University in Hyderabad, you should be very proud, and most of them are developed in Hyderabad. Most of them are developed in Hyderabad. Look at BrahMos. Talk about the target of every target, every hideout of the terrorists. Pinpointedly that each and every house has been attacked without damaging anything around that. Very accurately, all. Every radar station has been nullified. The airports, the bunkers, the airports means the fighter aircrafts, Air Force related airports, all that have been knocked off very accurately. This is number one. And bunkers have been knocked off with various other weapons like drone-based systems, drone-based weapons, and drone-based missiles and all that. Then you see the other side. So the enemy retaliates, then you see everything has been detected, and everything has been detected, and everything has been nullified in the air itself. So your air defense systems have been very strong. Your radars have detected each and everything, whether it's a helicopter, whether it's a fighter aircraft, or a missile, or a bomb, whichever was coming, you were able to detect it, and you were never not allowed anything to come into our side. Nothing. And your own missiles, primarily Akash missile, our surface-to-air missile, MRSAM, surface-to-air missile, longer range. They all have knocked off everything what was coming. See, when you launch, naturally the enemy will not keep quiet. We don't have to get into any military details or anything. What we see in the regular newspapers and all those things, if you see, India has attacked the terrorist camps. India has attacked the air force stations. India has attacked the radar stations. India has attacked the bunkers and everything. Have you seen one fellow coming and attacking on the Indian soil? Nothing. Not that he didn't want to attack. We didn't allow anything to attack. So the capability of air defense, missile defense, that is what India has developed. Before Operation Sindoor, our own nation, our own people were thinking only Iron Dome and all that, what Israel has got, they're all having high technology and all those things. Whereas after Operation Sindoor, not only we all Indians here, the entire world has seen that India has such capabilities which prevents each and every element to come into that nation in the midair itself and stop it. That is why this is a war what was indigenous, technologically dominant warfare, what we had this. It's a contactless warfare. No soldier went inside there. Everything we sitting in our own territory, we could do it. So that is where India has shown its technological prowess using all the technologies what have been shown here. It's just, I wanted to tell you, talking about warfare, where we have come to. Where we were buying everything from outside, we could fight a war completely, more or less almost, with our own equipment is what we have seen. Now what I am saying is, there is a change in the trend what is happening today. Earlier, a technological transformation used to happen slowly. Every 15 years, every 20 years, every 30 years, every 40 years. Now the trend is not that. The trend is the technological evolutions are happening very quick, very fast. Research outcomes are coming faster. So out of various reasons of various tools and whatnot and all that, today we are able to get, and so the warfare technologicals are also, outcomes are also, the new weapons which are coming out are changing very quick. So we need to adapt to that and try to become quicker and faster in trying to getting adopted the technologies into the warfare. The systems need to be quicker. One of that examples is drones. Drones just emerged maybe about less than 10 years, just less than 10 years. Now you see, in any warfare, hundreds and thousands of drones are used, multiple ways, as surveillance fellows, as attack fellows, or kamikaze drones, whatever you say, swarm drones, or otherwise you talk about males, medium altitude, long endurance drones, or otherwise talk about hail, high altitude, long endurance fellows. They're all multiple levels, number of things are being used. And whatever I have shown here is a male, which is maybe about 30, 40, 50,000 altitude it goes, and with capability of being there, endurance of 24 hours, 36 hours, 36 hours and all that, having various surveillance equipment, and maybe some of them are with weapons. So you can see hundreds of kilometers deep into the enemy territory, what is happening, what is what, and all that you will be able to observe, and continuously data is fed into it. And so the data connectivity, data links, technologies, whatnot, and all that which have come into the picture have been used in a big way. So this is one warfare which has recently come in last 10 years. If you look at here, again, talking about many of the drone technologies, they are changing every day. Particularly, I want to tell you one thing, many of you are youngsters. Drone technology is of only youngsters technology. Absolutely done. All the drones which are made in the country are by startups and youngsters in the country. Hundreds of crores of equipment is bought from youngsters today. Startups. Just yesterday, two boys met me from Chennai. He says, sir, you please guide us a little bit. What is that? We are working on drones. What are you happening? We have made drones which are completely unjammable, and you can't do anything with the drone using jamming and electronic warfare technologies using. and I have made that. So army has given me 200 crores order. I'm talking about youngsters are all. So the drone is completely. So day by day, every startup comes, every young boy comes, and every next day there is a new technology. I was surprised. Just about 20 days back, 1 month back, I saw a drone with about 110 meters per second velocity. I never thought. Normally a drone is about 30, 20, 40 meters per second velocity. So then I thought this is a new thing which is so much it has come. Just day before yesterday when I was in Delhi, somebody has come and shown me, we have just demonstrated to army that my drone is 0.85 Mach, almost about 0.75 Mach, somewhere about 200, 220 meters per second. Tremendous capability. So these drones are changing. Now what is happening is swarm drones, 100 drones, 500 drones, 1,000 drones come at one attack. And how to prevent that? So you need so many, what do you do technology? Anti-drone technology. We worked on anti-drone technology in which we have used it in the Operation Sindoor also in a big way. Radar and then jamming and spoofing and then also using laser, killing the laser and all. So now this is okay if one or two coming. If there are 1,000 coming, what do? You have to have a technological answer for it. So artificial intelligence, autonomous systems, and capability of the guidance systems, collaborative flying, these are all the answers for that which you need to come covered, which again I'm feeling I'm very happy youngsters are coming out with those solutions. That is why I'm saying every day the scenario is changing. Particularly, I just want to, again I want to tell you, the way the youngsters of the country are performing is enormous, unimaginable way the people are performing today in the country. You don't know how many startups have come up and how many startups are doing, what type of a technological revelations they are coming, and how they are becoming richer and richer and richer day. See, we never imagine in our days, we don't know. Normally, we are coming out of the college means, so a professor has to attach it to some company or something like that, and I want to start an industry. It is a big risk. Somebody is starting an industry or a company means he's a big risk-taking fellow or he's a very, very rich fellow. He doesn't bother some 10 crores, 20 crores losing and all that. Otherwise, he has to search for a land, search for a factory, go to a bank, collaborate, security for the bank and getting a loan from that. And then what item he needs to make, the professor has to say the item, or otherwise to go to HMT, BHEL or somewhere and ask what item he wants. And then he says, this item I want it, you regularly supply. Then I make a unit. That unit name used to be called as ancillary unit. Ancillary to BHL, ancillary to HMT, ancillary to ECIL, and I am there nearby and keep supplying. This was the nature of it. Now abhi nahi hai. Who goes to this? I have my own knowledge. I come out with the innovation and I have an incubation center. Incubation center supports me and I have funding from AIFs and all that, alternative investment funding agencies and all that. And my ideas are globally competitive ideas. When a youngster who is with a startup, when he is coming out, he doesn't think that I want to make something what my next fellow is making. I want to make something which nowhere it is existing. That sort of a thing. So that is why our startups have come and they have become unicorns in the country, globally. And 26, 27 years old period, unmarried, bachelors, boys and girls, they're all now the valuations of the company. Yesterday I was seeing one company called Constelli here. It's about 27, 28 years old boys or maybe 30 years. So the valuation of the company is 800 crores. I've seen Bellatrix, company's valuation 800 crores. Digantara is a space company. I'm just trying to inspire you what it means. It means a lot of money also. Digantara is a boy, son of one of our DRDO lower employee's son. Lower means I'm saying lower ranking, is a technical officer's son. And that boy now started Digantara space-based space surveillance. He has got in satellite put surveillance equipment to observe the space. And the first order to him came from American Air Force. American Air Force. Then he went and wanted to talk to Mukesh Ambani and he took his time, maybe 15-20 minutes time is given. He wanted to go and explain him and he was so impressed with him, he gave almost about 2 hours time to him. Express. End of the talk is he said, I am investing in your company 300 crores. That company valuation is 1700 crores now. Youngsters, the way these are the ideas which are coming out. Nobody, they need not be the rich man or something like that, or city born and things like that. They are coming anywhere. I have my idea, I have my brain, I'm coming out with ideas, and then making the innovations, and world is running to him. World is running to him to invest into those companies. So this anti-swarm and all that, so the drone technologies are completely youngsters technologies today who are working and coming out with swarm technologies. Anti-swarm is one of the important technologies which need to be developed, which people are developing. This is one of the warfares which has emerged. And in that autonomous technologies, AI algorithms and AI related features, so many things and all that getting into it. Then propulsion technologies. This is actually what made the difference in the drones, in the UAVs, in the hail, mail and all that, or various other autonomous underwater vehicles, autonomous ground vehicles. Today talking about various things, whether it is battery-based technologies or various jet propulsion technologies which are coming, they are all made the difference, and multiple vehicles are coming out of those things. So we have autonomous vehicles is a reality, whether it is ground-based or or airborne or surface water vehicles or underwater vehicles. So they're all making. 10 days back, I met a girl in Bangalore. The company name is, I think, Aquaris, if I'm right. So she said, sir, I'm not making one vehicle, I'm making two in one. What is that? Sir, I am airborne, and not two in one, three in one actually. Airborne, or on the surface water vehicle, or underwater vehicle. All three are mixed into my thing, and I can do all the three in one vehicle. I'm doing it, and she already participated in a tender and competed with the BDL, and she spoke to BDL chairman. I was wondering also the guts of the youngsters. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to praise because you are all youngsters sitting here and all that. Some of the youngsters, I'm saying, sir, BDL is competitor. I just took the phone and called BDL CMD. Imagine, sir, why don't we collaborate? Imagine such way. Why don't we collaborate on our technologies and we participate in the tender together? See the guts, see the confidence. That is what is making the difference. So these are all the propulsion technologies. I want to tell you, probably our Murali Krishna scientist here also knows there is one youngster whom I encouraged some 10 years back, working on propulsion technologies, who has burnt his hand and all that. He was first year engineering student that time when he was doing. I gave a drone project for 5 lakh, 7 lakh rupees, and he came out with a drone in 6 months. That time itself in 2014, which can go to 60 or 70 kilometers drone. And later he said, I will make water-based propellant. And I connected him to Kiran Kumar for satellites. And he gave him 2 crores worth of project when he was studying engineering. And he did it in 2 years. Now he has come out with technologies, propulsion technology for satellites, which is a green propulsion, electric propulsion, and plasma-based propulsion, which actually makes the satellites at very low Earth orbit. Normally satellites, we have low Earth orbit, medium Earth orbit, or geostationary, geosynchronous. Low Earth orbit normally means is about 600 kilometers. With this voice technology, you can have a satellite at about 200, 250 kilometers. So near. So your observation capability is much better. And we will be able to say this man is wearing a specs or not, also we will be able to say from satellite. That is the type of capabilities. These are all who? Youngsters. All of you people who are sitting, the ideas from them with the facilities which have come up in the country like incubation centers and all that. So that is what the propulsion technologies are changing. And in fact, I will come to it a little later. Next. Directed energy weapons, they are playing an important role. What are the directed energy weapons? Lasers, high power electromagnetics. These are the technologies which are coming up today. Lasers are being used in a big way now. I just mentioned that anti-drones, the laser technology. The moment laser technology has come, earlier laser means only 1 watt, 2 watts, 0.5 watts and all that. So that was not useful. People worked on high power lasers. Now today 10 kilowatts, 30 kilowatts, 50 kilowatts, 100 kilowatts, 300 kilowatts, 500 kilowatts. The power is every day changing. So today the technologies will come. I will put a big laser on an aircraft. I am using the word laser aircraft because I am going a little out of atmosphere. Then now the moment I go atmosphere, the absorption of the atmosphere is less. So then I can shoot a satellite also. That is the type of a technologies which are coming. This is what we would have imagined sometime back, Star Wars and things like that and all that. The things are moving very fast toward that direction. Similarly, high power electromagnetic pulse, hundreds of gigawatts of pulse. I generate electromagnetic pulse and send it to a satellite, and the satellite electronics is nullified. This is the technology. So these are all the directed energy technologies which are being developed here, high power electromagnetism, high power microwaves and things like that and all that, which are coming up in a big way. Space, I told you, there are thousands of military satellites which are there in the space now. Thousands of military satellites. Every country using tens and hundreds of them are being launched for various applications. See, today, the satellite can say, where are all your radar stations? Observe, pinpointedly tell this is the radar here. Pinpointedly tell these are the tanks here. Pinpointedly tell these are the troops here. And pinpointedly even communication, that is called comment, communication intelligence. SIGINT, signal intelligence. ELINT, electronic intelligence. IMG-INT, image intelligence. So these are all the things which satellite is able to do. So that's how anti-satellite technologies have come. People are talking about how to kill a satellite, co-orbital, put a robotic arm, catch it, put a propulsion system, laser and all that, kill it, and all those things, technologies which have come into picture. These are one of the technologies which has become the fourth dimension of warfare today, after the space technologies emergence. That is what I mentioned here. Anti-satellite weapons, space situational awareness. That is the important thing. Anti-satellite, I have already talked about it, and Indian capability, I have talked about it. I am not talking about it. Space situational awareness means I am observing. As any new satellite come today, whose satellite it is he observing me, what it is doing, if he is observing, when he is observing, is he continuously observing, or every day 1 hour he is observing, how do I avoid that, or what do I do? These are the technologies called space situational awareness. In fact, there is a slightly different context also. Space situational awareness also looks at the debris because it damages our satellite. That also is monitored and all that. So there are many technologies which have been developed. Today, radars have come in such a way that at few thousands of kilometers, they are able to detect a 10 centimeters object. 10 centimeters object, even a 10 centimeter stone or a rod or a metal part, if it comes and it hits a satellite, it is gone. Because the velocity, the kinetic energy of that is very high. So you need to observe that. That is what is space situational awareness. I am not getting into space warfare and all that, you see. So now the technologies are mega constellations, meaning hundreds and thousands of satellites are going to be there. Space-based energy, you try to reflect the solar energy and try to generate the energy for it, or interplanetary internet is being thought about it. These are all the new technologies which are coming. Now, cyber warfare, this is what I will say. Very important fifth dimension of warfare. Like I said, somebody launches the satellite before a war takes place. Now today, I send my agent and keep it in the enemy's territory. That agent is cyber agent. I send it in the important critical infrastructure. That is what is warfare today. Keep it ready, deploy. When I want it, I will energize it. Then the system spoils everything. This is the thing. This is what. There are hundreds of companies in startups which have come up in our own country which are working in this direction. Most important is, let me not talk about offensive. I need to protect my assets. So I need to look at every moment, nothing malware comes and sits in me. Nothing can damage me. So cyber defensive systems are the most important dominant systems what we need. Cyber discipline, what is need to be put. This is what it is. That is why I said sometime back, we don't touch internet. So the moment I don't touch internet, nothing comes into me. So how do I make sure that? So for that, various protocols, disciplines, whatnot, and all that, all those things, you use it and see that you are cyber protected. So for that, you need a lot of things, lot of testing things, lot of equipment, and malware repositories, on all those things. And as I said, cyber physical systems, data diodes, all those things are required for protecting your systems. And then you need to be offensive also. You need to be offensive. I need to monitor somebody. So I want to tell you, you need internet for some information and all that. I used to have on my table. I want to tell you that particular system, when I want, I use it. After that, not just to switch it off. I used to remove both the cables also, power cable and net cable also to the computer. Because you are capable of, when I switch it off also, the cyber is able to switch on and silently observe you, silently monitor you. So when I am sitting and discussing with my Murali or somebody and all that, every discussion is heard by the other fellow. So the best way is to remove everything. I only did not take out the computer and kept outside, except that everything I did. So many people, we do it. These are all the precautions what you need to do. That is the type of cyber warfare emergence which has come out of the cyber technologies. Enormously, I told you example what happened in Ukraine warfare and things like that, and cyber warfare makes the information warfare also. Somebody takes away your Twitter handler, what happens? A president's Twitter handle, somebody hacks it and then puts wrong information, that is an information warfare. Or other, they create a lot of information in the media, this has happened, that has happened, and all that, psychological warfare. So this is an important warfare, the fifth dimension of warfare, what has happened. So I just gave state-sponsored cyber warfare, asymmetric warfare, and various other things which are there connected here, and all that have been put into defense and resilience strategies, various strategies, how do you do, what are the things, and how. So there are lots of startups which have come up in the country which are working in this direction, primarily for protection. India is a peace-loving country, it doesn't do wrong things and all that. We are primarily for protecting our own country, and also to tell that don't touch us. We are capable of doing anything. Dr. Kalam, when Agni missile was launched, somebody asked Dr. Kalam, you talk about peace and everything, and whereas you are talking of Agni missile and you have made Agni missile successfully. He said, I have made Agni missile for peaceful purpose. And he said, you have made a missile and you are seeing for peace. I have made such a strong weapon that looking at this weapon, nobody touches us and he will not do anything. So that is why it is a deterrent. So that is why this is made for peaceful purpose. So I am strong. If I am strong, nobody touches me. If I am weak, people will attack you. So I am making myself strong not for attacking others, so that others don't attack me. This is the model. So that is how you have to become strong. Hypersonics. This is another important technology which has got multiple technologies built into it to make a hypersonic weapon. Before talking about hypersonic weapon, what is a sonic weapon? Sonic weapon means which travels within the atmosphere at a lower altitude. Why you should travel at a lower altitude? If you travel at a lower altitude, the radar which is sitting in the opposite country, he cannot track you. It is very difficult to see because it goes out of the horizon. So you travel at lower altitude. So there are subsonic systems. That means which go lower than sound speed. They are all like your Tomahawk and things like that and all that. They are all the subsonic which go at 200, 250 meters per second and all that. Then the second one what we have, the BrahMos, is the supersonic cruise missile. I just want to tell you, some of you may be knowing, let me remind you, that is India, what has made with Russia and made in India with our own technologies in that getting into majority of the technologies, that is the only supersonic cruise missile which is existing in the world. Nowhere else it is there, only India has got, and India and Russia. So now next, hypersonic, which goes at much higher speed, almost about 6 Mach. See, this goes about above 1 Mach is supersonic, which goes at 6 Mach. When you have to go at 6 Mach, the first important thing is the engine technology. The engine technology is air breathing technology. Air breathing is called a jet engine, ramjet, scramjet, and all. Scramjet is the technology which you have to use. At 6 Mach, when the air is gushing inside, you need to burn that, mix with the fuel, air and fuel, and burn it and make it operational with stability and all that. That is called most important thing. India is developing that in a very advanced state of development. The scramjet engine is there. And second technology, when you are going within the atmosphere at such high temperature, you need to control the temperature. So temperature thermal management is an important technology. Third, what are the materials which can manage, which can withstand the temperature? And then you maneuver that fellow. When I am maneuvering at that temperature, the structural stability of those material is also very important. And that is what is why hypersonic is an important one. Hypersonic systems, many people are working in the world. Russia is the one which has made the first missile, and they say that they have used it in the Ukraine war. And then America has worked on it enormously. India has demonstrated one technology of that, HSTDV, hypersonic test demonstration vehicle. 5 seconds we have tested, and other countries are also working. This is one thing which is going to come in the future. This is the vehicle what DRDO has tested, hypersonic test demonstration vehicle, which has tested first time 5 seconds. We have proven that, and soon India will be also coming out with these technologies. I think DRDO is working in that, and we'll be able to come out with new technologies. In this, you have multiple technologies: hypersonic cruise vehicle, hypersonic glide vehicle, hypersonic boost phase glide vehicle, and all those technologies which are the ones which are there. So these are the new technologies which is getting into it. Then there is one more technology which you can see here, probably electromagnetic railgun. There is no propulsion required. It is electromagnetic energy which generates and sends the shell and all that, not the propulsion. So that is another technology. Then autonomous underwater vehicle, you are seeing, and that is what I talked about it. This also has got capabilities to stay underwater 14 days, 20 days, 30 days and all that. It can observe various things. Autonomous underwater vehicle, capabilities of it, like a submarine, but a small vehicle. This I spoke to you sometime back, very long range radars, 4,000 kilometers, 5,000 kilometers, 8,000 kilometers. This is the type of a thing which can observe. These are all the new technologies which are emerging. This is the hypersonic glide vehicle, hypersonic cruise missiles. These are the ones which are going to dominate the coming warfare, with the type of propulsion technologies which are coming out, with the type of material technologies. Material technology is the most important technology any country to have. If I want to be self-reliant, first and foremost technology should be is material technology. This is one thing. So space sensors, wearable technology, terahertz. Terahertz is one more important technology which is going to play a major role. 100 gigahertz and above, 300 gigahertz, 500 gigahertz, this is one more technology. Underwater situation importance. So you observe being inside, you through imaging, hyperspectral imaging, or various other sonar technologies. This is another thing. AR, VR technologies which are already coming to the picture, big way. A soldier has got a head-up display where he has got all the sensors and everything. He is able to see the complete situational awareness with the data coming into it. This is another technology which is coming into picture. AI. AI is playing a major role again in defense. I want to tell you, already systems started coming in. In next couple of years, there will not be any system without AI. It has become so important. AI, cognitive technologies. You will be able to observe everything. You will be able to see everything. You will be able to tell everything. You will be able to think thousands of times better than the power today what you have. And this is what is going to make. See, today when I go to a desert, I won't be able to distinguish between a vehicle and a tank. If I have AI, I am able to say it is a tank or a vehicle. These sort of things. So use that. Where to hit, how to hit, and how to adjust yourself to the given atmosphere. It is a very high temperature atmosphere, a low temperature atmosphere, extreme low temperature atmosphere. Automatically the systems get adjusted with the AI technology. These are all the things what you are able to see. In this, what is not talked about it is two things. The quantum. Quantum is again going to make a major role. Quantum technologies, quantum sensors, today quantum communication. Today, I work on algorithms to see it is a communication is encrypted in such a big way that nobody can break that communication. And if somebody develops an algorithm, how much time we test to see that the algorithm is robust is 6 months to 8 months we test an algorithm, then only we use it. The moment quantum communication comes into picture, entangled quantum, photon, and I don't bother about anything, and I am completely safe. So it is why I call it as quantum safe communication. Because the quantum computers have come, so breaking the algorithm becomes easier. So how do I make myself? So I am talking about quantum safe. So QRNGs have come into picture, quantum random number generators. Again, youngsters. Today we have at least 10, 12 startups in the country which are working on quantum related communications, quantum random number generators, quantum magnetometers, quantum navigation systems, quantum gravitymeters, quantum gyroscopes, quantum computing. India has developed the first 32-qubit quantum computer in the country by a startup in Bangalore called QPI. First quantum computer in the country. That is, so these are all the things. And next, I don't want to get into this for you people. Your completely different subject is the biological warfare, where again a lot of work is going on in that. Any emergence of pathogens and related pathogen sequencing, bioinformatics, and all that playing an important role on the biowarfare. This is an important element. Biodetectors, biosensors, and attacking the bio is an important element, which is again a technology evaluation in the bio gets into the warfare. This is what I wanted to say. QKD, I just mentioned quantum communication related things. It is now a reality today. It is reality. It is being used. It is being already put into place in many places. Now we are talking about the space communication using quantum, satellite to ground. These are the things what are being thought about. Quantum sensors. Oh, sorry. Can somebody assist me here? So this is the quantum related. Next, robotics. Already robotics are playing a role. Now today, most of logistics operations are being handled with robotics. Otherwise, we used to use donkeys, horses, mules. They are the ones used now. Many of them are getting replaced with robots, and robots are making things. And a soldier is also made more energetic, or more capability of the soldier is increased with technologies which assist him by various things. Those are the mechanisms. They are all active things. Active, it's called exoskeleton. Active exoskeleton, passive exoskeleton. A man who can carry 10 kgs with active exoskeleton, he can carry 60 kgs easily. That sort of a technologies which have come, which are being used now in a big way. So these are all the technologies. And now, if you talk about soldier as a system, that means he has got everything. He's a real soldier, but the wearing thing is having all sensors, communication sensors, various other sensors, and also sensor of the body. It actually senses what is the body condition. It automatically injects. Then the head-up display has got all the communication. One has got displays which is giving the detection of the whole sensors and the communication and the GPS. Everything is there in that man. That is why it's called a soldier as a system. AR, VR capabilities and situational awareness. The complete theater situation is given to him on the head-up screen, and he knows what is happening. It's called soldier as a system. The next one is a robotic soldier. A human being is replaced with a robot, and robot fights. That is the technology which people are working towards. Next one is stealth-based unmanned aerial vehicles. You will not be able to detect. Like our AMCA today, Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, the 5th generation fighter aircraft, it is very difficult to see that. Radars cannot see that. So that sort of a thing is the first one what you are seeing here. Long range, long endurance, autonomous, AI-based technology. The next one, laser weapons. I just talked about it. You put it in an aircraft, put it in a satellite, put it in a ground, put it on a ship, lasers work in a big way. Electromagnetic propulsion or electromagnetic pulse, high power electromagnetics, which you can knock off satellite, which can knock off aircrafts, which can knock off a missile or whatnot and everything. And also propulsion to launch rockets, launch satellites, everything is electromagnetic. This is the next technology with high power. Cognitive technologies. Cognitive technology is one. Let's say radar today detects, it says there is a fighter aircraft coming. But if I have cognitiveness built into it, I'll be able to say it is a Su-30 or it is a F-16 or a F-35 or F-22. That is the type of cognitive technologies which are coming. Today, cognitive radios are a reality. Cognitive radars, people are working. One of the young scientist laboratory of DRDO in IIT Chennai has worked on this, cognitive radios. And cognitiveness can control the mind of the person also. So if I am able to control the minds of my enemy and make him peaceful, he doesn't fight. So I control his whole mind and make the whole thing peaceful and no war at all. So finally, technology makes no war at all, and work for that technology which makes a war no war. So that is what it is. I ended with no war, working for technologies. And thank you. Thank you very much. No war.
Thank you so much, sir. I think sir deserves a big round of applause. Sir, you have enriched our knowledge with respect to the advancements. What are the advanced technologies that are available in India, and what are the changing warfare? And I think the 4 dimensions and 5 dimensions, like. Okay. Now, I request the participants, if you have any doubts with respect to this lecture, so 1 or 2 questions. It's open now for the participants. Sir, here one thing I just want to tell you, Satish sir. So we have regular students of UG, PG, and also we have part-time students, sir, who are employees of DRDO. Working professionals are here, sir, in this participants. Can I just raise your hand who are from DRDO and DRDL? These are all doing their BTech, sir, BE in part-time. And once after saying your name just 1 week back, so they are very eager to attend this program, sir. Yeah. So 1 or 2 questions? Sir.
They will never forget DRDO in their life. The DRDO becomes part and parcel of their blood and body.
Oh. Nice, sir. Yeah. Any? Okay. If no questions are there, okay. Sir. Yes, sir.
There are multiple technologies which have been deployed for surveillance. There are radars, there are cameras, there are IR cameras, there are fencing. Fencing means not for that, sensing fencing, RF fencing, electro-optical fencing, and satellite also. But to have a satellite to monitor a person crossing, that means you have to have a low Earth orbit satellite continuously looking into that location. So then you need hundreds of satellites. So that is also one of the technologies. These are all deployed and being monitored in the multiple ways. And then over and above that, you see, it can't happen totally in the human beingless. When you have a surveillance and somebody is crossing, you are observing, then there should be a soldier also to kill him or to send him away. So soldiers also required. So all are there. All various possible technologies are deployed.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
It is one of the defense technologies. It has got radars and it has got other electro-optical systems and all that, which detect a coming incoming thing. So you fire a missile or a rocket or a shell or a guided shell or whatever it is to attack that coming back. So that is what it is. So this is what is Iron Dome primarily.
Space gun, so technology. So it was the prototype also they tested. So please throw light on that for space gun.
As I said, space-based technologies, multiple technologies being developed in multiple people, but our country, we don't want to make space a war zone. We don't want to develop any weapons in the space. But then space-based is a laser weapon, electromagnetic gun, whatever guns are, electromagnetic guns, laser guns, they're all being developed in multiple ways, including the space also, whether it's aircraft or ship or surface, and in the space also. So multiple guns are all, need not be a shell only. Gun can be a laser gun or electromagnetic gun also. Multiple things are being developed today. I don't know if anything is deployed or not. I do not have information.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, as a token of gratitude, let's proceed with the presentation of mementos to all the dignitaries on the dais. So I request Dr. G. Satish Reddy, sir, to please present a memento to our Dean, Senior Professor Krishnaya, sir. I request all the dignitaries to please do the felicitation with the fruit basket and a shawl. Thank you, sir, for being a strong pillar in the department, in guiding me all the way. Now I invite Dr. G. Satish Reddy, sir, to please felicitate our principal, Professor P. Chandrasekhar, sir, who is very supportive in conducting whatever the program. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much from the department. Supportive to our mech. Now I request Satish Reddy, sir, to present a memento to our head, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Professor B. Hadia, sir. So very active and dynamic person, sir, encouraging all the faculty members to organize so many programs. I request Satish Reddy, sir, to present a memento to the coordinator. Sir, please present a memento to our coordinator of this today's lecture, Professor M. Chandrasekhar Reddy, sir. Yes, sir. So I think even continuously talking with the Professor Abid Ali family members also, sir. I think from the past 1 month, he was very meticulously planned all these things. I request to present a memento to Professor L. Shivaramakrishna, sir, Chairperson Board of Studies of Department of Mechanical Engineering, with a memento.
Okay, now I request G. Satish Reddy, sir, present a moment to our Master of Ceremony, Professor Nagaveni, madam.
So for the vote of thanks, I now invite Professor L. Shivaramakrishna, sir, Chairperson Board of Studies, to present the vote of thanks.
Good evening.
Good evening to all. Even though it's an evening waiting for a vacation for next week, Sankranti vacation, I feel Sankranti has already arrived today. We are waiting for 6 films, but the best blockbuster film is today's evening, sir. A huge applause to the eminent scientists of India, proud scientists of India. Sir, you made today Sankranti festival in this college, and I have seen long time this much of students stand. Some of them could not find seats and standing on that, sir. It's a very rare occasion. Sir, your lecture was truly great, sir. Respected President of today's function, Senior Professor Kumar Mulgaram, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Usman University, distinguished keynote speaker of today's Abid Ali Endowment Lecture, distinguished and eminent scientist, space scientist of India, Dr. G. Satish Reddy, sir, member National Security Advisory Board, President Aeronautical Society of India, and former scientific advisor to Raksha Mantri, beloved Principal, University College of Engineering, Professor P. Chandrasekhar, Dean Faculty of Engineering, Usman University, Senior Professor A. Krishnaya, Professor B. Hadja, Head of the Mechanical Engineering Department, Usman University, Professor M. Chandrasekhar Reddy, Coordinator of the Endowment Lecture, eminent family members of Professor Abid Ali who joined online, and dignitaries of the dais, Senior Professor P. Lakshmana sir, former Registrar, and the Senior Professor of our college and former Principal of this college, Sriram Venkatesh, who is also Secretary, Telangana State Council of Higher Education. I think I should thank sir for taking his valuable time out and coming and making it to ensure that you are present in this department. Your presence is very, very acknowledged. And Senior Professor P. Ushasri, Director CDAC, Vice Principal Professor B. Mangu, and faculty members of all the departments, students, press and electronic media. On behalf of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, I would like to propose the vote of thanks. I express our heartfelt thanks to Senior Professor Kumar Mulgaram, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Usman University, for accepting our request to be the President of today's function in spite of his busy schedule. His gracious presence today signifies the importance he gives for academic and research, which truly inspires all of us. Once again, a big thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. His milestones are very significant in this university. I hope under his guidance, we'll be achieving a lot in future years. I extend our sincere thanks to distinguished speaker of today's endowment lecture, eminent aerospace scientist, Dr. G. Satish Reddy, sir, member National Security Advisory Board, President Aeronautical Society of India, and former scientific advisor to Raksha Mantri, for accepting our request to deliver the keynote address in a short notice in spite of your hectic schedule. You have been a well-wisher of our college, university, department, and shared your valuable expertise on many important occasions like international conferences, workshops, seminars organized by this college and this university and the department. Thanks for your unwavering support to our university and the college. Today's endowment lecture on advanced technologies and changing warfare delivered by you showcase from 3 dimensions to 5 dimensions how we have reached, and it's really very interesting and very enlightening to the audience that the latest technology used in warfare, and I hope this inspired many of our faculty and students to acquire skills in these new technologies and pursue their research, which will also help to use for the societal needs. At the beginning of your talk, you truly said, sir, any outcome of defense will finally reach to the society. A best example is the Kalam Raju tent, which was developed a long back and it was used for many human applications. War brings destruction, but this also brings technologies which will help the society a lot in future. I would also like to express my thanks to our beloved principal, Professor P. Chandrasekhar, sir, for extending his valuable support and encouragement in conducting this event. You have been the guiding spirit behind all such technical events of this nature and inculcating R&D culture in the institution. Thank you very much, sir. I extend our sincere thanks to Senior Professor A. Krishnaya, Dean Faculty of Engineering, Usman University, for his timely advice and guidance in conducting this event. Next in line, I am duty bound to thank our young and dynamic head of the department, Professor B. Hadja, head for his constant support and guidance throughout in conducting this event. I also express my profound thanks to coordinator of this event, Professor M. Chandrasekhar Reddy, for taking initiative in conducting the event and making this endowment lecture a fruitful reality. I would like to express profound thanks to the illustrious family members of Professor Abid Ali, especially his son Dr. Sajid Ali, for joining this lecture online and its timely response whenever we came out with a request. And you are truly behind the success of this event, sir. Thank you very much for your memorable presence on this occasion. I thank Director CDAC, Senior Professor Usha Sri Madam, Vice Principal Professor B. Mangu sir, heads of the departments, directors, faculty members, students, members from the press and electronic media for sparing their valuable time. Special thanks to all students of our mechanical engineering department. Your presence made this event a very grand success. Special thanks to Professor T. Nagavini for anchoring the event, Professor K. Saraswama Madam, Dr. E. Madhusudan Raju, and many other faculty who directly or indirectly supported this event and for their presence even in late hours before the vacation. And staff and principal office staff and office staff of the mechanical department for their relentless effort in conducting this conference. Now I request all the dignitaries and faculty members of office department to join for dinner. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. I request all the faculty members to come on the dais for a group photo. I also thank the eminent scientists who came from DRDO for their presence and making this event a grand success. Thank you very much, sir.
ఆయన సాటిస్ఫై కావాలి.
I request all the students and participants to join